Superman is arguably the most iconic superhero, only being rivaled by the likes of Spider-Man and Batman. And as you know, when you have something popular in the media, people are bound to make bootlegs and knockoffs. So it's no surprise that Superman has tons of knockoffs and bootlegs in the media. In this video, we're going to be ranking these superposers based on their notable costumes. We're going to look at some of the most popular and most well-known Superman knockoffs.
You boys okay?
Some of them are more well-known than others, but they exist and deserve to be rated as such. We're ranking them off of their costumes, not by strength, performance, or uses of CGI, or show/movie ratings. It's just based on my own personal feelings on each suit. Keep in mind that this is my ranking, so these are my opinions. I know some people hate that these days people have their own opinions, but I couldn't care less. So if you have something against my list, go and make your own and upload it. With that said, let's get on with the list. Number 11. The Utopian, Jupiter's Legacy. If you didn't know what Jupiter's Legacy was, I can't blame you. I didn't know what it was either until researching for this video. It's basically like The Boys, but Netflix made it. I haven't watched the show, so I'm not going to comment on the quality of it or the story, but what I can say is that this suit is trash. This guy is called the Utopian. He's basically the Superman of the show, being the most powerful superhero in his world, having all the powers of flight, strength, speed, laser eyes, all of that. Also, his laser eyes are blue, which is pretty weird, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this suit. And I think the suit is just bad. Just plain bad. It's so boring. There's not a good balance of the white and the red, and it tries to add these gold accents to make up for it, but it just doesn't work for me. This show has some pretty decent costumes, which we'll see later on actually, but this is just not it. This is last place. Number 10. Marvelous Man, The Guardians of Justice. Another Netflix show that I haven't heard of until recently. Turns out, like Jupiter's Legacy, it's another edgy, satirical superhero show on Netflix. This show is strange to say the least. I've seen part of the show and I didn't like it very much. It tries to blend different forms of media like live action, animation, and video game, and it also tries to tell a lackluster story about depressed Superman, evil Batman. It's just a mess. But this video isn't a breakdown of the show. The Superman of this show is called Marvelous Man, and as you can see by his suit, it's just a shitty Superman suit that has white instead of blue, and an M instead of an S. I wonder if M is the symbol of hope on his planet, like S is the symbol of hope on Superman's planet. Anyway, he's literally just Superman. He has all the powers, and he has a weakness to something called Cowernite or whatever. It's just blue kryptonite. And this suit is god awful. The muscles are way too big and obviously fake. I don't get what the obsession of white and red color combo is for these Superman knockoffs. And the suit doesn't even have a texture. It just looks like a skin-tight white bodysuit that they put on the Liver King. This suit might actually be worse than Utopian's if it wasn't for the fact that the suit looks more like a Superman suit at least, and it's supposed to be an obvious parody. It's supposed to look, shitty, and the budget was way less than Jupiter's Legacy. The suit isn't that good, but I just think it works better than the Utopians. Number 9. John Hancock. Hancock. Hancock is a movie starring Will Smith as a superhero. He's the strongest character in his verse and is often put up against Superman in fights made by fans, granting him a spot on this list. He can fly, has super strength, speed, and invulnerability. Hancock's suit is a big upgrade from the other two on this list in my honest opinion. It's a nice sleek black look with some subtle but nice hints of green accents. The texture is nice, and I give the black leather a pass. It was a big thing in the early 2000s, and this movie came out in 2008. I think the goggles are also a nice touch, and I think the suit is overall pretty decent. Number 8. All Might, My Hero Academia. I'm not an anime fan. I've seen like 4 anime shows that I've really liked. Death Note, One Punch Man, Soul Eater, and The Disastrous Life of Psyche K, and that was when I was 12. So when I tell you I'm not an expert, I mean that I am not an expert. I've never seen My Hero Academia, but I've heard a lot of things about All Might and how he's the figure of hope in his universe. He's also in Fortnite, which is pretty cool. Looking at his suit, I can say it's not bad. I think the colors are nice. There's a nice blend of blue, red, white, and I like the hints of yellow. I think his hair is pretty goofy looking, but other than that, I think he looks good. Unlike Marvelous Man, the big muscles work here. I think having a really muscular character overall works better in animation than live action because you're making the proportions look better. Again, I'm not an anime expert, but I will say that this is a very solid design. If I was a fan of anime, I'd probably like him in the show. Number 7. Ikaris, Eternals. Eternals is an underrated Marvel movie in my opinion. I think it's really good, and Ikaris is a really good character in the movie. Again, he's just Superman, but in Marvel. He can fly, super strength, laser eyes, all the typical stuff. His suit's really good though. I really like the coloring of the blue, and the gold on the suit really pops. His laser eyes are also gold, which I really like, and I think it suits him more than having the typical red. The suit has nice texturing, and it's a good adaptation of his suit from the comics. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet, I hope he isn't actually dead, and we get to see more of him in his suit in future MCU movies, because I think it's a really good suit, and he was a really good character. Number 6. Titan, Megamind. Titan is the main antagonist of Megamind. He was just a regular dweeb before Megamind accidentally gave him all the powers of Metro Man, who will be on this list later, and made him into a superhero, who turned into a villain when his crush rejected him. That actually reminds me of my friend Bryce, but that's a different story. Anyway, Titan's suit's really good. For an animated suit, there's a ton of detail in it. The shimmer and glitter on the suit that make up the flames, the solid white that really separates the colors well, even the black trunks on the suit help to break it all up and make it look proportional. I prefer the look without the mask. However, I think the mask is good too. It's a shame that Megamind gave this great suit to a dude who turned out not to be a good hero. Either way, Titan was a badass villain with a badass suit. Here we've reached the top 5, my personal favorites on the list.
Number 5. Brandon Breyer, Brightburn.
Brightburn is a great film. It's basically Man of Steel, but without the Pa Kent tornado scene. In all seriousness, Brightburn is basically the typical Superman origin with a dark twist. It's Superman, but he was sent to destroy the Earth, not save it. Being the main antagonist and main character, his name is Brandon Breyer. He's a little kid, but he's really, really powerful. Now, he doesn't have a technical super suit, but he has his mask and cape thing that he made and pairs it with some dark overalls with some red pockets, and I think this look is really good. It looks like something I would have made when I was a kid pretending to be a superhero. The mask is terrifying on its own, and when it's paired with the glowing red laser eyes, it's genuinely scary to imagine seeing that in the dead of night. A Brightburn sequel has been announced, and I can't wait to see if we ever get it, and if Brandon will ever get an upgraded suit, because this one was already peak. Number 4. Paragon, Jupiter's Legacy. I told you we'd be back to Jupiter's Legacy. This time we've got Paragon, the son of the Utopian, who has a way better suit. He's got the same powers as his dad, so I don't need to recap that, but this time the suit is so much better. The blue, the white, and silver all look good together, and the bright red cape with the silver lining inside is just a chef's kiss. The design is so much better than his father's. And it's crazy that Paragon made the top 5. His dad was at the bottom of the list. Number 3. Metro Man, Megamind. I also told you we'd be back to Megamind. This time we've got Metro Man, arguably the strongest character on this list. Metro Man is, again, basically just Superman, except he was raised in a wealthy home instead of a farm. Metro Man's suit is so good. The gold and white look great, the rockstar strands on the gloves and boots also look amazing. Not to mention how he literally mogs every single person on this list. His suit is a classic. It easily deserves a spot on the top 3. Number 2. Omni-Man, Invincible. Omni-Man is just like everyone else on the list. He's a Superman of his world, and a lot like the rest of these people, he's evil. He's what the Utopian and Marvelous Man want to be. His suit is so much better than either of theirs. It's the red and white done right. There's a good balance of red and white, and the sectioning of the suit is really good too. I also can't get over the fact that he simply looks like J. Jonah Jameson if he was Superman, and he's voiced by J.K. Simmons too. Design also looked great in Mortal Kombat 1. I think the Thrag variant might be better than the base suit, but that might just be me. The red and black look really good together. Omni-Man's suit is great, and he's a great character, and he deserves the second spot. Now, you all know who number 1 is. I assume you could all guess it from the start. He needs no introduction. Number 1. Homelander, The Boys. Homelander, in my opinion, has the best suit on this list. He's also my personal favorite character on this list, so there might be a little bit of bias, but this isn't about his character, it's about his suit. The dark blue and bright red pop. The texture on the suit also looks great. The gold belt and the gold eagle shoulder pads look amazing and help add a great third element to this suit. The American flag also works really well as his cape. And Anthony Starr's menacing facial expressions really help to sell this suit for me. I also really like the little flap that he has down sometimes. Homelander's suit is one of my personal favorite live action comic book media suits of all time. And yeah, that's my list. Thank you all so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I also want to personally thank each and every one of you guys who helped my last video, the one about Webweaver, gain so much attraction. I never thought in a million years that I'd have a video this big, and you guys made that possible. I stopped uploading on this channel for a while, and returning with a video about a topic I was genuinely interested in and seeing people like it that much made me have some hope that I could maybe build something here, maybe a community. Hell, I'm almost at 400 subscribers. Thank you all again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video, which will either be a follow-up to the Webweaver video, or a video I've had in the works for a while. A video going over Payback versus the 7. I'll see you then.